Hello, it's Amy again. I am so excited that you are here for Christina's party. I hope that you are learning a lot about some of the books that we have. This is one of our very popular Look Inside series, Look Inside Your Body, with over 100 flaps to lift. And so you lift the flap, and this here tells you all about the different muscles that are in the body. And it goes through and talks about eating food and what happens when you eat food, where it goes, and you can lift the flaps along the way. It tells you about the stomach and what happens in the stomach with the food, and what happens in the intestines. Staying alive, very important. Talks about breathing and what happens when we breathe, when the air in our lungs. So this is a great book for younger kids to kind of learn about your body for the first time. And the flaps, every time a child is lifting a flap, doing an activity while they are reading, they are learning more and they're retaining more information, which is really important. You can see this book my youngest, Jasper, decided to color on, but it's the Illustrated Elementary Math Dictionary. This is awesome. It's been extremely helpful for me because I haven't been in school in a long time and I don't remember elementary math. And my children who are doing 5th grade and going into 2nd grade are learning some things that I don't necessarily remember, and this is really very helpful. And most of these books have at the back the index, which is so helpful, so that you can look through if you want looking for angles and you want to learn more about that, or algebra. So that's helpful. This is a questions and answers, again, a lift the flap book, and this is questions and answers about animals, and it's very big on questions. So where do they live, how do they live, why, so why do frogs jump, and it gives you some information there. Why do cats have whiskers? This is the first encyclopedia of the human body. Again, really great for some younger kids, like 7, 8 years old. And it gives some information about nutrition and aging, babies, and it's very helpful information. It doesn't go into too much detail about genes and hormones, how much water we have in our body, our teeth, our voice, breathing, muscles. So that's a good book. Another book that we have that's a See Inside book, a See Inside Weather and Climate. My daughter Lillian loved this because she wanted to be a meteorologist at one point. And it'll talk about all kinds of things with the weather. So, where does weather come from? And it gives you all of the information from the sun to the clouds to the types of weather balloons that they release and what those weather balloons tell a meteorologist about the air and how they can then forecast the weather. And it talks about different world climates, water and cloud cycles, the sun and the air. It talks about wind patterns, and again, there's these great flaps to lift. This book here, my kids love, the Big Picture Atlas. It gives you information about just about everywhere on the planet. And first, it starts off with the world, and it just gives you basic information about the continents. And then it starts delving in deeper. So here we have Europe, and it gives you information about, you can see Mona Lisa there in the middle of the screen. It gives you information about cultural stuff, about social, political, everything that's going on at different time periods in different areas of the world, what they're famous for. So we have Europe continued, then we have Russia, Western and Central Asia, Southern Asia. So this is an excellent book. My kids love it because they can just open it up and just look at it and get some little bit of information about different places in the world. And I think they have a little bit of wanderlust. Maybe they want to travel. This book here, Lift the Flap Telling Time, is a pretty excellent book about telling time. My daughter Melody, who's 7, is currently using this book to learn how to time. And there's an activity in the back where you make your own clock. And we haven't gotten quite there yet, but she's learning about how to tell time using this book. And it's been pretty helpful. She's going along pretty well. And there's some flaps to lift here. This here is my very first Our World book. And it talks all about, rainforests, the poles, and what's under the ground. Wild weather. So this is a great book too. And this book, How Things Work, is also a flat book, and so it'll tell you things about, how a pulley works and a cog. This is great for girls and boys. It's just some excellent information. I love the Making Music page. It talks about how music is made on a piano and other different instruments as well. So that's another great Lift the Flap book. So I will leave you with that, and I have a couple of other books to show you, so maybe I'll make another video, and happy shopping!